Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video everyone know about this ancient coin. Let's start video. It appears you've shared an image of a 1995 US $quarter coin, featuring George Washington's profile with the word Liberty above, In God We Trust to the left, and the mint mark P, Philadelphia Mint, on the right. The coin also seems to have a striking minting error, a partial circular indentation or misstrike pattern visible on its surface, which might make it interesting for collectors. Here's a 500-word script about this coin. The 1995 error quarter, a rare glimpse into minting history. Coins are more than just a medium of exchange. Each one tells a story of a nation, a time, and occasionally, a rare mistake that slips through the watchful eyes of the mint. The coin you see here is a 1995 US $quarter, struck in the Philadelphia Mint, bearing the classic portrait of George Washington. Yet, unlike the millions of other quarters minted that year, this particular piece carries a unique and striking flaw. On its obverse, the familiar design remains intact. Washington's profile faces left, Liberty arches above his head, and the national motto, In God We Trust, stands firmly on the left field. Beneath, the year 1995 is clearly visible. But what catches the eye immediately is the curious circular impression cutting across the face of the coin. This is no post-mint scratch or damage, it is a striking mint error, the kind that fascinates both casual finders and serious numismatists alike. Such errors can occur for various reasons: a misaligned die, a die cap issue, or an off-center strike. In this case, the clean circular mark suggests a possible die clash or struck-through error, or another object or coin partially interfered during the striking process. These anomalies disrupt the normal production flow and result in coins that deviate significantly from standard mint specifications. While most error coins are caught during quality control and destroyed, a few escape into circulation. This coin's survival is a small miracle, considering the rigorous standards at the US Mint. Once in the hands of the public, such coins often pass unnoticed for years, spending decades in pockets, cash registers, and piggy banks before being discovered. Collectors value these mistakes not just for their rarity, but for the human element they represent. In an age of precision engineering, a minting error is a reminder that no process is entirely immune to imperfection. For some, this imperfection is what makes the coin more beautiful and historically valuable. The market value of such a coin depends on the type and visibility of the error, as well as the overall condition. A standard 1995 P quarter in circulated condition may be worth only its face value, but an error coin like this could be worth significant. To understand why this particular coin is special, we need to look closer at the minting process itself. Every US coin starts as a blank metal disc, known as a planchet. These planchets are fed into high-speed coin presses, where two hardened steel dies strike the design into both sides simultaneously under immense pressure. In perfect conditions, the result is a crisp, uniform coin that looks exactly like the millions of others produced that day. But perfection is never guaranteed. If a foreign object slips between the dies, if a planchet is misaligned, or if a previously struck coin gets jammed in the press, unexpected patterns and distortions appear. These mishaps are known as mint errors, and each one is as unique as a fingerprint. The circular indentation on this 1995 quarter is a textbook example of a dramatic visual error. It might have been caused by another coin partially overlapping it during the strike, creating an unusual ring-shaped depression that cuts through Washington's profile. This isn't something that happens often, and when it does, it turns an ordinary piece of currency into a one-of-a-kind collectible. Collectors often categorize such anomalies under struck-through errors or die cap errors. In a die cap error, a coin gets stuck to one of the dies and acts as a cap, pressing its own distorted pattern into subsequent coins. Over time, the design on the stuck coin stretches and warps, producing bizarre, ghost-like impressions on the next pieces struck. If that's what happened here, it means this quarter is a part of a short-lived but fascinating minting sequence. The 1990s were not particularly famous for high-value US error coins, which is why examples from this period can be especially appealing. They show that even in an era of advanced technology, mistakes still occurred, and that's part of their charm. For the average person, finding such a coin in pocket change can feel like winning a small lottery. Many collectors start their journey this way, not by buying rare coins at auctions, but by spotting something unusual in their everyday transactions. This discovery sparks curiosity, leading them to learn more about numismatics and eventually becoming seasoned collectors. From a historical perspective, a coin like this is a frozen moment in time. The exact second the die struck and the error occurred is locked forever in metal. Unlike mass-produced items, this mistake can never be replicated in precisely the same way again. So, whether you keep it as a personal treasure, display it in a collection, or sell it to an eager buyer, the 1995 error quarter is far more than 25 cents. It's a tangible reminder that even in a system designed for precision, imperfections can slip through. And those imperfections often turn out to be the most intriguing part of the story. If you want, I can now combine both parts into a single smooth 950-word document. Imagine the day this coin was born. Inside the Philadelphia Mint, the sound of machinery filled the air, hundreds of presses striking coins with incredible speed and force. Workers moved with precision, monitoring the process as countless quarters rolled off the line. In that whirlwind of production, something unusual happened. Perhaps a previously struck coin became lodged in the press. Or maybe a foreign object, something as small as a metal shaving or fragment, slipped between the dies and the planchet. In that moment, the perfect, predictable process was interrupted. The dies struck down, pressing Washington's familiar portrait into the quarter, but also leaving behind that mysterious circular indentation, the telltale sign of a minting error. Once struck, this coin entered the normal distribution process. It was bagged, boxed, and sent out to banks, where it joined thousands of other flawless quarters. From there, it could have traveled anywhere in the United States, handed over in change at a corner store, dropped into a vending machine, or saved in someone's pocket for weeks before being spent again. For years, it may have gone unnoticed. Many people don't pay attention to small details on coins, especially when they're only worth face value in everyday transactions. But for the trained eye, or for someone who happens to notice the odd ring across Washington's face, the coin suddenly transforms from an ordinary quarter into a miniature treasure. Why error coins fascinate collectors? Collectors are drawn to error coins for the same reason art lovers seek out rare misprints or book enthusiasts cherish first editions with typos. They capture a moment when something slipped through the cracks of a controlled process. They are physical proof that no system, no matter how perfect, is entirely without flaw. Each error coin is unique. Even if the same type of mistake occurs twice, the pattern and placement will differ, meaning no two pieces are exactly alike. This rarity is what gives them both historical and monetary value. The value of this particular 1995 error quarter will depend on several factors: the type of error, its visibility, the coin's condition, and whether it has been professionally graded. Collectors often send coins like this to third-party grading services such as PCGS or NGC, where experts verify authenticity and assign a grade. A higher grade, especially in uncirculated condition, can significantly boost its worth. Preserving a piece of minting history. If you own a coin like this, preserving its condition is vital. Handling it with bare hands can leave oils that damage the surface over time, so gloves, like the ones in the image, are ideal. It's also important to avoid cleaning the coin, as even gentle cleaning can reduce its collectible value. Instead, storing it in a protective case will keep it safe from scratches and environmental damage. Error coins are like windows into the history of minting. They remind you. This is the Italian €1 coin, featuring the famous artwork Vitruvian Man by Leonardo da Vinci. This design is not only a masterpiece of art but also a symbol of scientific study of human proportions and harmony. The image was created around 1490 and depicts a man in two superimposed positions, fitting perfectly within both a circle and a square. This concept is based on the ideas of the ancient Roman architect Vitruvius, who believed that the human body is a natural model of perfect proportion. Italy chose this design for its euro coins to send a message to the world that the country holds historical significance not only in art but also in science and mathematics. Surrounding the design are 12 stars, representing the member states of the European Union. In the center, the letter R is the mint mark of Italy, while the year 2009 indicates the coin's issue date. Every euro-using country has its own unique coin designs, but they can be used throughout the Eurozone. This particular coin holds special interest for collectors, as Leonardo da Vinci's creation is recognized worldwide. Moreover, it stands as a living symbol of Italy's cultural heritage. The Vitruvian Man serves as a reminder that there is a deep connection between the human body and the universe, and that mankind has always been in pursuit of knowledge and beauty. That's why this coin is not just currency, it's also a piece of art. If you like, I can also prepare a detailed section about this coin's rarity, historical background, and its current market value among collectors.